that we got the dinghy motor working, we thought we'd explore Mobile by water a little bit more. We've actually turned our dinghy motor off now though, because the grass underneath is so high that it's floating on the top, and we just don't want that stuck in the prop. So we've attached our paddles back on, and Scott's serenading me as we paddle through the swampland. Day like 500,000 of non-stop fog. It's it's getting kind of old, a little bit. It's really hard to do fiberglass work when it's constantly like the humidity of 5,000%. Look, I wake up and it's foggy. So much fog, and it's foggy. Still, there is fog. Foggy. More fog. Sun! Sun! Quick! Get all of the work done ever! We have like 2 seconds of sun. Ah, sun. The first project we decided to work on in the newly found sunshine is fixing my leather bag. So I've had this leather bag for a long time and I really love it, but we found, of course, that like all things, it just grew mold, and we needed to be able to get that mold out of it. And luckily Scott has been taking care of leather for a really long time, and he told me he would take care of it for me. So the first thing that he did was make a mildew and mold neutralizer. This is 1 cup of water that's distilled, a cup of vinegar, 6 ounces of lemon juice, and 2 drops of tea tree oil. He sprayed it all over the moldy leather very generously and then allowed it time to dry. Then he sprayed it again and wiped away the mold with a gentle cloth or a sponge, kind of cleaning it, but not really damaging the leather. And then allowing that to dry, you then use a brush on the inside or the rough leather part to really get inside of those little divots. Then, using water, dampen a cloth or a sponge and lather up some saddle soap to actually clean the surface, rinsing constantly because you're still going to have some leftover mildew and mold on there. When that's done, wipe again using only a damp sponge to remove all of the saddle soap and allow time to dry. Once it's dry, rub in the mink oil or a leather conditioner using a cloth. Here we used a sock because living simple, we reuse everything, but that's how we treat all of our leather on the boat, and we keep it nice for us even in this horribly wet living condition. I hope that helps. Just reminding ourselves why we live on a boat. Sometimes we do all this work and sorry, I was just running. Sometimes we do all this work and it's hard to remember exactly why we love living the way we do, but you gotta kind of re-energize yourself and go back here every once in a while to remind yourself what you're doing. Hey guys.
Hey.
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 Hey. Hey. Good looking. What are you doing, punk?
Where'd you find it? By the seashore?
You just got walked away from.
I've spent a lot of time researching the parts on our boat, trying to find the proper part numbers and suppliers, only to find out that most of them are out of business and no longer making the parts. So
Almost all of them, actually.
yeah, so now we're down to basically redesigning the parts, drawing drafts and blueprints, coming up with plans on how to make our own parts where necessary.
Yeah, are we going to make our own? Are we going to find them used? We have a couple of different used places and people looking through different things that they have, or maybe salvage boats from Hurricane Michael or other hurricanes that they still have lying around. I don't really know. I don't have like a whole lot of hope. We're probably going to have to make most of it.
So if anybody knows of anybody salvaging boats from the hurricanes, feel free to comment on our video here and
yeah, let us know.
We'll look into it.
Specifically Beneteau Oceanus 400. So beyond that though, once we finally got the part list and all that jazz, we actually had time in a sunny day to take the mast off the boat.
Yes, we wanted to remove whatever parts we could salvage, maybe use on the next mast, or at least have a spare. So whatever we could get off, we did.
Yeah, since the parts are so hard to find for everything everywhere, it seems.
Corrosion plays a big role on aluminum. It's kind of hard to get some of the parts off, even with every attachment point gone. It was still stuck to the mast in many cases.
Yeah, it made it a little bit harder for us to get it off, but we got it and we salvaged all the booty we could.
Yes, we did.
And then on to our next project, which should be the fiberglass, right?
Yeah, well, we may, we're actually considering melting down some of the mast and some of the tow rail to try to make new parts, cast aluminum, anodized. We may actually attempt to do that ourselves.
We'll see. If you have any experience with it, let us know. Have you done this before? If you got any tips for us, please comment below. Let us know. This is our booty so far, what we've been able to save off of her. This is what we've been able to salvage off of our broken mast, or the half of the broken mast that we have left. We have a little bit left to go on it, but we're being absolutely devoured by bugs right now and our batteries are dead, so we're gonna come when maybe the sun's up a little bit more and there aren't so many bugs out. Let Mardi Gras begin. At the Joe Kane Mardi Gras Day Parade in Mobile, Alabama, and the procession is beginning. This is a long tradition here in Mobile, Alabama. It's a thing. Oh, there's a puppy. Hold on. Mistresses of Joe Kane. There's the widows. They get a whole thing. Sometimes you just gotta sit down the camera. We're gonna go enjoy the rest of the parade. Bye guys. Scott in all of his post-parade glory. Look, you're like dropping. Oh my gosh. Good thing all this is recycled. The storm and the aftermath of Mardi Gras. The beats kind of hurt my heart a little bit. Like, it's a fun thing, and I know they come by and pick them all up. And I know they wash them and they recycle them, but you know, not all of them. That hurts my heart. Woo, that wind's blowing. Yeah, I'm talking about one really good float and then there we go. Met up with the family. And we're all hiding. Right? We're all hiding with the pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds from this weather. The river.
Show them how deep it is.
That is. Oh my god. Oh crap. Do you see how deep it is?
Yeah.
That is nuts. I feel like Mobile has a serious drainage issue. I'd say something's clogged with weed. Aid can't get out of her beads. That is the look of shame. How does it feel, Jade? Let Daddy do it. Stop doing it over him.
She's pulling it down while I try to pull it up.
Just hold the weight, Jade, and Daddy will get the rest. I can't. I gotta pee. My husband thinks he will single-handedly save the world. He's gone to the other side of the street to pick up all the beads he could possibly recycle. There's also the promise of Krispy Kremes if you get 12 pounds of beads. But I'm sure it's for the wee sea turts and the fishes. I'm sure. I love that man. James playing with kids. It didn't take that long. Somehow he found every football and decided to throw it to every kid. Yeah, I know.
That's James.
I know. What are you laughing at?
Bikers just went, give me a loaded nacho, bro.
Miss Jade, let me see that funnel cake. Bam! Mobile street food.
Stop! Ew!
That come in and clean the streets after Mardi Gras. That waste doesn't just sit there. They clean it up. Immediately. Immediately afterwards. This is right behind the parade. There's some light. Hey, everybody. Yay, family. Where are you hiding from? Where are you hiding from?